Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I have for you is episode 21 of my Football Manager 23 save with Bradford City. If you do go on to enjoy today's video, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 20 likes on today's episode, that would be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you are new as well. We are now on the road to 600 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so and it does massively help out. Don't forget as well to drop a comment in down the comment section down below to help boost the video in the YouTube algorithm. Now, since you were last with us, we have seen some transfer business, but it's been so hard to do transfer business because of our wage budget. We have absolutely no money to spend. We have had some problems as well with other transfer players, like loan players. Their parent club have sold them to another club, so we've had to re-sign them on loan, but it's on much higher wages. So we have had lots of problems from that point of view, and obviously our wage budget is about 140 grand, which is pathetic for a championship team. Half of League One have got higher wage budgets than that. So we're doing really well considering our wage budget at this moment in time, but we need to keep progressing. We need to, we've got a couple of games in today's episode, and also January transfer window, the last couple of days of that. So make sure you drop a like on today's video, subscribe if you are new as well. Let's get into it. So if we start out then with our player departure, Regan Toyne has gone out on loan to Stevenage for the remainder of the campaign. He spent the first half of the season with Altrincham. They actually paid £3,500 for his services. He scored 2 goals in 15 appearances in the National League. He's yet to make an appearance for the Sky Bet League 2 outfit. Harry Chapman has also left the club on loan. He has joined Bristol Rovers on loan for the remainder of the campaign. I think they're paying all of his wages. We need some wages off the wage, but I think he scored a hat-trick and got an assist in one game. Apart from that, he's been really poor so far this season. Was never really going to be good enough. We did give him a new contract. I want to say it was last season, a new extra year on his deal, but hasn't really worked out for him this season. He's 6th choice left winger according to, is this my assistant manager or something like that. Fairly injury prone, League One standard. I don't mind that business whatsoever. At 27 years of age, don't think he was ever going to be good enough to be consistently playing in the Championship. And then in terms of incomings, this is what I was on about earlier, about the parent club had sold him to another club and we had to pay higher wages. I don't think we were paying too much for Benji in terms of wages, but FC Bayern Munich 2 sold him to obviously Premier League outfit Southampton completely out of the blue. I didn't get a notification or anything like that. It just meant that he'd completely disappeared and I couldn't select him. So I was like, what the hell is going on? Looked him up, seen that I'd obviously joined Southampton for £22,000. If I'd have known that, well, it says cost so far to be fair, but if I'd have known that, I would have been absolutely all over it. We have re-signed him though on loan. We are now paying a significant amount of wages though. £4,300 a week is obviously not ideal. I don't think it was that much, but as you can see here, once he plays 25 league matches for Southampton, he goes up to 10 grand. So yeah, fairly happy about getting this one back. It's just a shame about the money. And the final signing that we have done so far is another loan player. Nicky Jolland has come in on loan. We did also agree a deal with Manchester City to become their affiliate club. They're our senior affiliate now. We need another option on the wing. We're not having to pay any of his wages. He's only in as a fringe player as well, so I don't mind that whatsoever. 3-star current ability, 5-star potential. He's going to come in and be an option if we absolutely need him to, but I think that does mean now that we've got 6 loan players in the squad. If we've got Payne, Benji, Domain, Doyle Hodge, and obviously Jolland, that does now leave us with 6 loan players. So one of them will have to miss out every game. At this moment in time, it is Hodge because he's currently got some ankle ligament damage. But in terms of how we've been doing since you were last with us, we had a dramatic 5-4 win away at QPR. After that, we've gone on 6 games without a win. 0-0 draw at home to Barnsley, 2-0 defeat at home to Charlton Athletic, a 1-1 draw away at Huddersfield, a 0-0 draw at home to Wolves in the 3rd round of the FA Cup, a 1-1 draw at home to Preston before most recently losing 3-1 in extra time away at Wolves, where it was actually, we've done very well to take them into extra time after taking the lead in that game. In today's episode, then we have Middlesbrough away, then we have January transfer deadline day, and we also have Swansea at home in the Championship. 2 teams who are currently around mid-table, lower half in mid-table. We're actually still somehow in a playoff battle, despite not winning in 6 matches, granted 2 were in the FA Cup. We're still only 1 point outside of the playoffs. We win this game against, is it Middlesbrough first? Then we could potentially sneak back up into 6th. Just that gap between 6th and 5th is starting to develop fairly consistently, to be honest with you. Let's get into the first game then of today's episode against Middlesbrough, or we might see some transfer business first. We have also seen the return of some players who were out on loan. Jake Young and Timmy Odesina are now both back with the football club. I think you already saw about Max McKnight returning to the club, but we line up today then with Harry Lewis in goal, a back 4 of Payne, Fagan Walcott, Benji filling in at centre half, and De Silva. Domain and Patterson in the midfield. Jolland starts on the right, Hartman starts on the left, Liam Cullen in the 10, and James Collins lead in the line. He was actually currently wanted by by Wycombe Wanderers on loan, and Patterson is wanted by Leyton Orient and Sutton on a permanent basis. That's interesting. Josh Murphy has currently had a bid from Morecambe as well. They're willing to pay 50% of his wages, which I actually think is a pretty decent bit of business if we can get that one in through the door. It's obviously not going to be an easy game. Middlesbrough are still a decent side, despite what their league table position maybe tells you. No, I think they're currently, 18th, 14th, something like that. It was one of the two. Can't quite remember. I think it was 18th. I would like 3 points there. Obviously, 6 games out of the win, 4 in the Championship. We could really do with 3 points in this one. They do have some good players in there, though. Decordova-Reid, Selina, Murphy's brother as well. Akpa Akpro is at the football club as well. So it's certainly not going to be an easy one. I've seen Kyle Walker-Peters is in there as well. We'll also tell them, although we have faith in them, we trust them to make the difference today. Fingers crossed we can get back to winning ways, pick up another 3 points before we head into January deadline day, because, well, I think we're going to try and at least get one more player in through the door. As it stands, we've gone into the playoffs because I don't think Blackpool are playing, and we've obviously got the better goal difference. Heavy touch there, though, from Decordova-Reid, and Harry Lewis will claim that, rolls it into Fagan Walcott. Payne plays that 1-2 and he goes square into Benji, filling in at centre-half, as I've already mentioned here. Goes into Domain. We know he's comfortable on the ball, but he loses it there. Shot comes in, and Harry Lewis is really starting to get on my nerves now. He really is starting to get on my nerves, because it's pretty much every game now he's having an absolute shocker. I absolutely love the man, but have we maybe gone too far now with Harry Lewis? I mean, it's poor from Domain to lose it, but that shot is, it's right at him. It's right at him. It's squirmed under him. That's absolutely shocking goalkeeping. It's Middlesbrough 1, Bradford City 0. The dreadful start. Throwing for us here. Payne finds Fagan Walcott. He goes square into Benji. A little bit of time for him here to pick his pass. He turns out on that left foot, finds Patterson. He goes all the way back to Harry Lewis. I'm surprised he's not let that one in, to be honest with you. Benji goes back into Harry Lewis. This time into Fagan Walcott. A bit of time for him to find Domain. This time he keeps the ball, but it's a poor ball down the line looking for Jolland. Payne intercepts that. Jolland now, number 15 for the Bantams, cuts inside and finds Patterson. A little bit of room for him to put one out wide here. Payne wins it. Jolland eventually finds Domain. Very scrappy right now. We know he can pick a pass and he looks for Collins. That is intercepted though by McNair. Now Middlesbrough have the opportunity to counter-attack here. Selina looking to get past Payne. He stands him up well and forces him to go backwards. Now it's Gabamin on the ball, finds Akpa Akpro, ball through, looking for, I think it's Henson Arowan in the end who gets on the end of it. Selina ball back into the box. Eventually Payne should be able to deal with that, and hopefully now Jolland can drive us up the pitch. He's playing as an inside forward here. We normally play with inverted wingers rather than inside forwards, but on this occasion he's given the ball away. Nearly half an hour gone, we're still yet to register a shot. Well, the league table is very tight at this moment in time. As of right now, we've dropped down to 10th in the table. Half-time, Middlesbrough 1 at Bradford City 0. Another really poor performance so far. I'm not really too sure why we've suddenly hit this poor run of form, and now Nicky Jolland's picked up an injury. Probably another long-term injury. It's potential knee injury. Brilliant, just what you need. Just what I need. Right, Walker's going to come on, and we're going to put him out on the left, and we'll put Hartman out on the right. Play Walker as an inverted winger. Any more changes as of right now? No, we'll leave it for now, but not even 90 seconds into the second half, and Jolland's potentially done his ACL. Fantastic. Just what you want to see, isn't it? De Silva with a deep corner in, looking for Collins, brings the ball down, and an indirect free kick is given. Collins has handballed it. We all know what's going to follow that one. Already been booked. Collins sent off. Could this game get any worse? We have been well and truly FM'd in this one. We'll put Cullum up front. We're going to have to play with that at number 10. I think this is another game which we're just going to have to write off. Well, with 65 minutes on the clock, I am now going to look to make some more substitutions. I've really not been impressed with what I've seen so far. We've got no strikers on the bench, so we'll put Walker up front as the striker. We'll take Cullen off and bring Murphy on that left-hand side. Potentially his final appearance in a Bradford City shirt. Payne's playing quite well, but he's quite tired, so Duhaney is going to come on at right-back. Doyle is also going to come on as well for Benji. And final change of the game, I mean, we might as well bring Odesina on for Fagan Walcott. Surely he can't do any worse than what Fagan Walcott's done in today's game. He's not been bad, but I mean, he's not really done much to note. 20 minutes to go, still 1-0 Middlesbrough. And they do have a free kick here, which Jesse is stood over. Number 12 providing that shot option. Shot comes in. Good save, Lewis. Eventually, Odesina clears. Decordova-Reid picks up the ball again. He finds Pereiro. A little bit of time for him here. He shoots from distance. Well blocked, though. I think that's by Domain. Akpa Akpro now finds Walker-Peters, who's found himself at centre-half here. That is the end of the highlight. 15 minutes to go. We're going to stick it on up. Very attacking. Middlesbrough will now have a throw. And it looked like a foul throw to me, but Gabamin picks up the ball and he finds Pereiro. A little bit of space here. Lowe now picks it up. He goes back into Pereiro. We know the sort of qualities he can have as that deep line playmaker. Gabamin now picks it up and he finds Henson Orawan. I have no idea how you pronounce his name. I'm just going to call him Hansen because I don't know how you pronounce that second bit. I think, is it Danish? Maybe. Not really too sure. House now on the ball. The former Aston Villa man. Gabamin Again, a little bit of room for him to drive in. Plays that 1-2 with Hansen. And he receives the ball once again. That goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. He's found himself very far outside of his penalty area there. Akpakpro. Now, look at how they're playing the ball around us right now. It's brilliant football from a Middlesbrough point of view. But they're passing it around us like we're not even there. It's really, really poor to watch. Hansen out wide here into Dijksteel. Down the line looking for Low. Can he get a ball into the box? He does. He finds D. Cordova-Reid, who's never going to miss from there. It's the 6th goal of the season for Bobby D. Cordova-Reid. And again, it's just really poor defending. Really poor. We didn't expect to be going up this season, but when you're so close to the playoffs, we just don't have that quality. We need another rebuild in the summer. Some of these players will still stay, but a lot of our better players are players who are only here on loan, which is a concern because we might not necessarily get them back next season. We've got players out of a deal in the summer as well who I would like to keep, but probably not going to be good enough. Because of our wage budget, we're probably going to have to look to try and keep them. We've got a free kick here. The main plays a 1-2 with Odesina. Doyle on the ball here, looking over the top for Josh Murphy. Brings the ball down, potentially on his final appearance for the football club. De Silva gets dispossessed though by Law. It's just our second string players are not quite good enough. You've got to remember though, we've got loads of long-term injuries right now. Hodge, Dak, Burke, Jake Young, all out with long-term injuries. Potentially Jolland is now going to be out for a considerable amount of time as well. It's obviously not ideal. We've not really struggled with injuries over the last couple of seasons, or they've not really affected us like what they have in this season. As Low comes close to the shot there, I think this game is going to be ending in defeat. Hansen picks up the ball here for Middlesbrough and he goes into Gabamin. Low picks up now, looking to get past De Silva, who's not really impressed so far in a Bradford City shirt. Low with the ball, goes back into Henson, a little bit of space, ball into the box. It's Akpakpro, Jean Daniel Akpakpro with his 5th goal of the season. We've been absolutely embarrassed in today's game. Again, we've been absolutely embarrassed by a team who are struggling around the relegation zone. It's a good job we've had such a good start to the season, because this season could fade out into being one of them where we're like, oh, we actually might end up getting relegated. Now, I'm not thinking about relegation right now. We're still a considerable amount of points above the drop zone. We are, 18 to be exact. I think we're probably going to be fine, but it's obviously a little bit of a concern, the form that we're on at this moment in time. As Hansen picks up the ball once more and he sticks one out into Low. He's caused De Silva nightmares all game. Driving down their right-hand side. Can we stop the cross? We can't. Henson, a little bit of space here into the penalty area. To the byline he goes. Eventually, that is good defending from us. The main now sends one over the top, but Walker is nowhere near that. Murphy can't get near the second ball either. Now it's with Pereiro once more. Akpom's now on the pitch. Patterson though with a good tackle and he goes all the way back into Harry Lewis. A little bit of time here. Odesina now. I mean, he's probably played more appearances for us now, Odesina, than what he was with Bristol City on loan, and they were in the division below. That tells you everything we need to know about the troubles and the struggles we've got at this moment in time. We've tried to offer a lot of these players out to clubs for pretty much free, and nobody wants to take them because of their stupid wage demands. Murphy with the ball, and it's terrible. And we've somehow got a penalty. I'm not really too sure why. David Webb wants away with Gabamim. We've got a penalty. If there's ever a time to miss a penalty, this is probably the one, Walker. I'm not really bothered if you miss this one. Walker steps up. A little bit of a consolation for the fans. And the keeper saved it, and he's not even reacted. He's just stood there and watched it. Brilliant. I mean, we'll blame the lag on that one. He had speed up. He had button delay. That's shocking. Well, there is the full-time whistle. Middlesbrough 3, Bradford City 0. An absolutely shocking day at the office. Pathetic. 3 shots all game. They had 22. Maybe a time for a change in formation, maybe a time for a change in tactic, because we cannot let this continue. We've now got transfer deadline day. After that, we've dropped down to 10th in the table. I want to see some business, but because of the wage budget, like what I keep saying, we can't really do much. Well, some confirmation here about a departure. Josh Murphy will be leaving the club after only signing in the summer. He's still got another year on his deal after he returns in the summer, but he's going to be joining Morecambe on loan for the remainder of the campaign. They're paying 50% of his wages and also a little monthly fee as well. It's not the end of the world, but he's just not really been good enough so far this season. He is officially departed the football club. We needed someone like that at the door. It does leave us quite light, though, in the winger department, so I am thinking maybe about going to a back 3 and playing that for the rest of the season, because we're struggling to defend. So maybe having an extra centre-half in there might be a little bit more beneficial for us. If we do bring somebody else in, I think it has to be a striker, just because Collins is old, injured, suspended, not very good. Walker's been inconsistent so far this season. Cullen's been decent, but again, very injury prone. So I think the next player that we sign, if we do bring someone in before the end of the window, will probably be a striker. Well, we're now into the last few moments of deadline day. Literally nothing has happened. We've had a couple rumours for players coming in and players going out, but nothing will be officially confirmed. There is the end of the January transfer window. Pretty underwhelming in the end, but our wage budget is considerably the worst in the league. Only 140 grand is absolutely embarrassing. Our committed spending is actually $3 grand a week over the wage bill, because we're trying to get this guy in. Tino Kadewere. He's good. He is good, I'll give him that. We have to give him a deal until the end of next season. That's all that he would accept. If you have a look at the contract offer which we actually offered him, he accepted only 4.8k a week, but obviously we did have to give him significant in appearance fee, goal bonuses and all that sort of stuff. So only 4.8k a week. I don't really understand why we've gone from 138 plus, we'll call it 5, that should be 143. Somehow we're up at now 160. Hey? What the hell's gone on there? Here we have it then. Here's how we line up for today's game at home to Swansea City. We've gone to the 3-5-2 system. We've got Johns in goal. Harry Lewis drops to the bench, I think, for the first time this season in the league. A back three of Fagan, Walcott, So and Benji. Payne and Hartman as our wing-backs with Demain and Thompson in the midfield. Patterson in the 10 with Walker and Cullen up front. On the bench, we've got a full-back, a centre-back, a defensive midfielder, a full-back, a centre-back and a right-back. So that tells you everything you need to know about the situation we've currently got. Jolland is going to be out for another 6 weeks. Young is going to be out for another 3 weeks. Reece Burke is going to be out for another 3 months. Bradley Dack is going to be out for another 4 months. And obviously James Collins is suspended for this one after his stupid handball in the last match. I expect nothing from this game. Obviously Cullen is returning against his former club, the team that we signed him from after he was released from Swansea in the summer. They thought he wasn't good enough to play in the Championship. Eddie Howe is now the manager over there. They've got some very, very good players though in their squad. Morgan Whittaker, Harry Darling, Matt Grimes, Tyreek Bakinson, Stephen Bender, James Bree, you know, the list goes on. Very, very good side, especially for Championship level. We need to get back to winning ways in this one, but with the injuries we've got at this moment in time, with the wage budget that we've got, I know I'm constantly going on about it, but it's just so hard and so infuriating when you've got so many injuries and you can't do anything about it because of how poor the wage budget is. As Swansea come forward here early on, shot comes in, they've rattled the crossbar. Johns was absolutely nowhere near that one, so thankfully the woodworkers saved us. 4 minutes in, still 0-0. Well, not a lot has happened so far in today's game. Swansea will come forward though here, ball into the box, Fagan Walcott with a poor clearance, but eventually, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. We're cursed with goalkeepers. We're absolutely cursed with goalkeepers. I mean, Johns and Lewis are meant to be two of our better players, and no matter who plays in goal, it seems they're just as stupid as each other. It's literally a header back to the goalkeeper so he can pick it up. I've no idea what he's even tried to do there. That's literally like what Courtois did the other night when Real Madrid played against Liverpool for Liverpool's second goal. That is shocking. There's been nothing in the game so far, and once again we're gifting the opposition goals. Half-time, Bradford City 0, Swansea 1. We've not been great, but Johns has had an absolute shocker with that one. We'll get straight underway though for the second half, as there will be an instant highlight from the kick-off. Payne intercepts that though. As my half-time team talk going to prove it to have a desired impact straight away, but, well, I mean, I say that we did give the ball away pretty much straight after winning it back. McCann now looking over the top for Whittaker. Benji underneath that one. Payne should win that, he does. Demain with a swing and a miss there. Leuni now picks up the ball, driving down their left-hand side. Demain can't get in front of that. Tell you what, Demain has been really, really poor over the last couple of games. McCann in round the back. Good save from Johns. It's still not clear though. Payne gets a bit of clearance on that. It's now with Bree into the penalty area, ball into the box, and Tyrese John Jules has his 11th goal of the season. Clearly at my team talk at half-time had absolutely no impact whatsoever, because we cannot defend, whether we've got 4 defenders, 3 defenders, 5 defenders, no matter what the situation is, we cannot stop that white thing from going in between our white posts. Bree with a ball in. John Jules has literally a tap in 4 yards out. It's on a pretty acute angle, but even still, how can we have 3 centre-halves and not one of them picks him up there? Shocking. Well, with 65 minutes on the clock, it is now that time to make some substitutions, but when you look at the bench, you just think, well, what is actually the point? Hodge is going to come on for Demain as the deep line playmaker. Apart from that, all our subs are going to have to be defensive, because we literally cannot do anything else. Doyle is going to come on for So and play in the middle. Actually, we'll put Benji in the middle, Doyle on the left. We're also going to get on De Silva for Hartman. We get McKnight on as well for Payne on that right-hand side. Play him as a attacking complete wing-back. Play De Silva as an attacking complete wing-back as well. Final change of the game, Odesina is going to come on for Fagan Walcott. I don't even know what the point is anymore. I hate when you're at this point in a season where you can't win and you can't do anything about it because your team's just not good enough. We're now just kind of waiting for the summer, to be honest with you, because this team's not really going to be good enough to really compete unless we have a real turnaround because of the injuries, the long-term injuries as well. I do think we are going to struggle to really compete this season, which the plan was always just to stay up this season. You know, if you'd have said at the start of the season, would you have taken one place above the drop zone, I'd have absolutely bitten your hand off for that. So we are in probably a false position, but either way, if we can get a goal in this one, it would be pretty nice. McKnight is absolutely massive, isn't he? Hodge now on the ball, into the box. Walker brought down there. Referee waves play on just because he got the shot off. I think that's a penalty for me. Cullen on the ball here. Goes out wide into De Silva. De Silva picks up the ball here, driving into the penalty area. He looks for Cullen. What a save that is from Bender. That is an absolutely unbelievable save. 5 minutes left on the clock. A good opportunity for us there to get back into the game. A good opportunity for Cullen as well to score against his former employee. Big save though from the Swansea shot stopper as Thompson will put this ball into the box looking for Odesina, who heads home on off the bench. Timmy Odesina has his first Bradford City goal, and with 5 minutes left on the clock, we're going to give him some encouragement here. Could we maybe nick a point from this game? We've not been great. Somehow Odesina has scored from all people with a header from a corner. He's about 6 foot, 6'1". Maybe we could actually get back into this one. How long's going to be added on? Only 2 minutes. Could this be our chance though? Could this be the point that restarts, whatever you want to say, kicks on for our season? Patterson looking for Benji. Surely he finds the back of the net, and he does. It's Khan Benji with his first Bradford City goal, or his first goal since re-signing. I'm not really too sure, but we've somehow turned this game around. Could this be the moment that changes our season back to how we once were? We've been on a shocking run of form, but from out of nowhere, we've got 2 goals. Why is Benji up there in the first place? And why is that the coolest finish you've ever seen from a centre-half as well? Full-time, Bradford 2, Swansea 2. We've done fantastic there to come out of the game with absolutely... I've no idea how we've come out of the game with something. If John didn't have that shocking mistake in the first half, we pick up 3 points there. Then we're all of a sudden we're only 2 points outside the playoffs again. But unfortunately, it hasn't quite worked out like that. Full-time Bradford City 2, Swansea City 2. But anyway, that is where I'm going to leave it for today's video. If you have enjoyed it, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 20 likes on today's episode, that'd be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you are new as well. We are now on the road to 600 subscribers. So please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already, with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so and it does massively help out. Don't forget as well to drop a comment down in the comment section down below to help boost the video in the YouTube algorithm. Thank you very much for watching today's video. Have a great rest of your day, and I shall see you all very soon for another one. Peace.